Hello, welcome to our channel. Here are the game schedules for Los Angeles Lakers and Golden State Warriors for the month of January. If you're new to this channel, consider to subscribe and leave a like to help this channel grow. As of December 31, 2024, the Los Angeles Lakers is at number 7 in the Western Conference standings. The team averaged 113.53 points per 100 possession, but they also given up 115.57 points per 100 possession. Los Angeles Lakers shot 47.4% from the field, 35.3% from the three-point line, and 78.4% from the free throw line. Anthony Davis led the team in points, rebounds, steals, and blocks. He averaged 26 points per game, 11.5 rebounds per game, 1.2 steals per game, and 2.0 blocks per game. While LeBron James led the team in assists with 9 assists per game. Here are the game schedule of Los Angeles Lakers for the month of January. Versus Cleveland Cavaliers, January 1, 10:30 a.m. Philippine Time, December 31, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Versus Portland Trail Blazers, January 3, 11:30 a.m. Philippine Time, January 2, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And versus Atlanta Hawks, January 4, 11:30 a.m. Philippine Time, January 3, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time. At Houston Rockets, January 6, 8 a.m. Philippine Time, January 5, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. At Dallas Mavericks, January 8, 8:30 a.m. Philippine Time, January 7, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Versus Charlotte Hornets at January 10, 11:30 a.m. Philippine Time, January 9, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Versus San Antonio Spurs, January 12, 11:30 a.m. Philippine Time, January 11, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Again, versus San Antonio Spurs, January 14, 11:30 a.m. Philippine Time, January 13, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Versus Miami Heat, January 16, 11 a.m. Philippine Time, or January 15, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Versus Brooklyn Nets, January 18, 11:30 a.m. Philippine Time, or January 17, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time. At Los Angeles Clippers, January 20, 10 a.m. Philippine Time, or January 19, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Versus Washington Wizards, January 22, 11:30 a.m. Philippine Time, or January 21, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Versus Boston Celtics, January 24, 11 a.m. Philippine Time, or January 23, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. At Golden State Warriors, January 26, 9:30 a.m. Philippine Time, or January 25, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. At Charlotte Hornets, January 28, 8 a.m. Philippine Time, or January 27, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. At Philadelphia 76ers, January 29, 8:30 a.m. Philippine Time, or January 28, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And at Washington Wizards, January 31, 8 a.m. Philippine Time, or January 30, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. As of December 31, 2024, the Golden State Warriors is at number 10 in the Western Conference standings. The team averaged 111.56 points per 100 possession, but they also given up 110.54 per 100 possession. Golden State Warriors shot 44.7% from the field, 36.2% from the three-point line, and 71% from the charity stripes. Stephen Curry led the team in points, assists, and steals. He averaged 22.5 points per game, 6.5 assists per game, and 1.2 steals per game. Kevin Looney led in rebound with 6.9 rebounds per game, and Draymond Green led in blocks with 1.1 blocks per game. Here are the game schedule of Golden State Warriors for the month of January. versus Philadelphia 76ers, January 3, 11 a.m. Philippine Time, or January 2, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, versus Memphis Grizzlies, January 5, 9:30 a.m. Philippine Time, or January 4, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, versus Sacramento Kings, January 6, 9:30 a.m. Philippine Time, or January 5, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, versus Miami Heat, January 8, 11 a.m. Philippine Time, or January 7, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, at Detroit Pistons, January 10, 8 a.m. Philippine Time, or January 9, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, at Indiana Pacers, January 11, 8 a.m. Philippine Time, or January 10, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, at Toronto Raptors, January 14, 8:30 a.m. Philippine Time, or January 13, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, at Minnesota Timberwolves, January 16, 9 a.m. Philippine Time, or January 15, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, versus Washington Wizards, January 19, 9:30 a.m. Philippine Time, or January 18, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, versus Boston Celtics, January 21, 6 a.m. Philippine Time, or January 20, 5 a.m. Eastern Time, at Sacramento Kings, January 23, 11 a.m. Philippine Time, or January 22, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, versus Chicago Bulls, January 24, 11 a.m. Philippine Time, or January 23, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, versus Los Angeles Lakers, January 26, 9:30 a.m. Philippine Time, or January 25, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, versus Utah Jazz, January 29, 11 a.m. Philippine Time, or January 28, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, versus Oklahoma City Thunder, January 30, 11 a.m. Philippine Time, or January 29, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. If you like the video, don't forget to subscribe and leave a like to help this channel grow. Thank you so much, everyone.